Hey everyone, thanks again for tuning into one of my videos. Today I'll show you how I'll do one of my maintenance car washes on my Forte, as well as how I apply one of my favorite products, the Meguiar's Hybrid Ceramic Wax Spray. As you can kind of see already here, this is something I do about once a month, where I use the Meguiar spray, and the actual car wash portion is about a weekly process. But it does turn out really well. This is the beginning of a three-part video series, I guess, so please do subscribe so that you don't miss any of those others. I do start with a low pressure pre-soak. This just kind of lifts all the dirt and lets it run onto the ground before the actual high pressure soap hits it. I find it helps. Of course, it's not going to get everything, so if you don't see that dirt falling on to the ground, I wouldn't be too worried, I guess. At this particular car wash, it does seem to take a long time for the actual pre-soak chemical to come out, so the whole front half of the car doesn't really have any of the stuff on it, so I always end up doing sort of a 1.5 circle around the car. And as you can see, it's kind of lifting some of the dirt off. It's not going to lift all of it. Some of the bugs and any of the bird droppings won't really come off, but this does do a pretty good job. So I move on to the soap spray, and this is a high pressure soap. Something that I don't do in my car at all is use that brush that's supplied at these car washes. It's just going to kill your paint, to be honest. You'll be riddled with swirl marks, and you won't really like how the car looks after a year of using that device. So I never let any of those brushes touch my car. I just use the sprays, and it's kind of the safest option. I do have another video coming up in this series. It's going to be a three-part series showing you how I use, at least what I do after this car wash, and it's using one of my favorite detailer sprays. So please do subscribe again so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. So we move on to the rinse. This is just going to be a high-pressure water rinse just to get all the soap off. And this is, of course, all in preparation for getting the Meguiar's Hybrid Ceramic Wax Spray onto the car. Now that spray does have a set of instructions that you have to follow. The initial coating, I guess they say, does have to be applied and then sort of wiped off as a base coating, and then you can spray it when the car is wet and then rinse it off. I had already done that in a previous car wash, I guess, so I won't be doing it today, but you'll see in just in a few moments I'll be using that spray directly onto the wet car, and that's one of the best parts about that product, and why the Meguiar's Hybrid Ceramic series is probably my favorite of the waxes and the detailers. And you can see already the car is pretty hydrophobic, but I do this about once a month just to maintain the initial base layer that I had put on at the beginning of the season. So go ahead and spray the car down, and I'm pretty liberal with it. I've seen other videos where they're not as liberal as me, but I just like to make sure that everything is pretty well covered with the spray itself. So I do the car in halves. So I'll do the driver's half first. And once it's all sprayed down, just go ahead and rinse it off with some water. That's it. It's probably one of the best products I've ever seen in terms of hydrophobic properties and ease of use. So if you're really put off by the idea of waxing a car, this is the product for you for sure. They're sold in Canada, I guess, at most like auto places or hardware stores. Walmart has it, so they're pretty readily available. And here's just another close-up of it here. It does smell really good. That's one of the things I really like about Meguiar's products. This one has kind of like a blueberry smell, so at least you won't be suffering while you spray it, and it'll be a more enjoyable experience, I guess, versus some of the competitors, or in my opinion, there's not really a competitor for this product. So here I'm just doing the other half of the car, pretty quick. I guess I fast forward it, but it does go by pretty quickly, and I find that I can get about 4 of these washes in before the actual bottle is up, and I have to go get a replacement. So it is pretty good value for what you get. So I use about 3 of these a year. Every 4 months I get a new bottle. Yeah, for the amount that you pay for it, about $20 here in Canada, and it's almost always on sale, so it's less than that. That's a pretty good value too. I do spray it on my rims. I find it just helps keep some of the dirt off, and later on in one of the other videos that will be coming out soon, it really helps with actually taking the dirt off. So as you can see, the water beads right off. It's a really satisfying effect, especially when it's raining outside and you're driving in the rain, so it looks awesome. All right, so thanks again for tuning into one of my videos and watching all the way to the end. Please do consider subscribing if this video is helpful for you, and watch one of my other videos, and stay tuned for more detailing videos.